All right, our next performer is Yaffa.
Give it up! I can't hear you! Give it up! Claro que sí!
Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing? I'm not gonna make y'all do that any louder. I know none of us are fucking okay, and so, like, I get it. Hi, everyone. My name's Yaffa. I'm a queer and trans Palestinian. Thank you. I am an organizer, a culture worker. I'm a writer. But most of my work these days has been around community care, specifically for queer and trans people most impacted by genocide. So I want to ask y'all something for y'all to reflect on, not just today, but moving forward. How many of y'all know a queer and trans person who has been killed in a genocide zone? So I'm talking about Palestine, I'm talking about Sudan, I'm talking about Congo, I'm talking about the dozen or so places that are being impacted by genocide, where unfortunately I go to crowds, thousands of people around the world, and it's incredibly rare to have a single hand go up because of how siloed so many of our communities are. And so I want to invite you to really reflect on that, of what it means to stand against genocide as trans people, but also not know a single person who has been killed in the genocides that we are fighting to end. I say that as a trans Palestinian who works with dozens of trans Palestinians in Gaza, dozens of people in Sudan, in the Congo, in Kashmir, and all over the world. And often I'm the only one who remembers any of those names. So I want to invite you to really reflect on that and come into that space. Because to me, we're never going to be free when we don't know what we're all going through. If we can't connect with the people on the ground most impacted, how are we fully going to show up as anti-genocide? As people who are here for full trans liberation, because all of it is fully tied together. I want to read a couple of things from a couple of my books. First, I want to read just the dedication of my newest collection, which talks about the interconnectiveness of how all violence is systemic, and also at the same time, the interpersonal really hurts, specifically in relation to transness, to disability, to Palestine, kind of balancing all of that. And the dedication reads, "To the divine who are deemed too radiant to be free and are hunted, punished, and restricted, may you never forget that no cage can hold the infinite." I want to invite y'all to really reflect on that, of that as they come for us more and more and more and more in more visible ways, it doesn't change our divinity. It doesn't change who we are. They can forget what we stand for. They can take the trans off of websites. Stonewall even did it. But let's not forget that we made those places relevant in the first place. They don't have power over us. We carry all the power. Thank you. I also want to read one quick poem from my other poetry/essay collection called Desecrated Poppies. And this one is about the interconnectiveness of all systems of oppression, and that truly none of us can be free unless all of us are free. But that doesn't mean anything if we can't actually understand how we're differently impacted by these systems of oppression. There's a world beyond the fascism where justice is called, ushering an age of liberation. May we be of the shuhada who inspire justice, not one of the dead who stood by as the fires ravaged the world. Now, I want to remind people that, y'all, we are stakeholders in collective liberation. We are the vision of what a liberated world looks like. We carry responsibility for creating that world. And so I want you to honor this space where hopefully you feel held and seen and witnessed. But I want to invite you to really reflect on what's next. What comes after this? What comes after today's march? What comes tomorrow? What comes the day after? And ultimately, how do you build your entire life to be a life of liberation versus having liberation be an additional thing that we do? Because in my opinion, every single thing we do can be liberatory. And y'all, we're trans people. We're already doing the impossible. We are the visionaries that all of these people are terrified of. So let's live up to that fully and claim collective liberation and the work that we need to do today, tomorrow, and every day until we're there. Thank you.